Hey, what's up, guys? Back here with another video, but today's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna be explaining how I lost my credit and how I am rebuilding my credit. Um, so I'm gonna try and make it a short story, and yeah. So started building my credit right when I was 18, right out of high school. Actually, before I was out of high school, I got a loan for a car co-signed by my mom. So uh, I started building my credit while I was in high school, working at my first job as a dishwasher and a line cook. And yeah, and then I graduated high school, and shortly after that, I uh, got another car, my second car, which was a 2009, 2011 Nissan Altima, and then um, yeah, a couple years down the line, paid that off. Uh, Bought my third car in 2000, end of 2019. Uh, it was a Honda Insight, and during that time, I also applied for a credit card through Chase. So I had my car loan and I had a credit card loan that I started to build up on, and yeah, so life goes on, continuing, and I had my car for 2 years. I was paying on it for 2 years, and then in September of or August, maybe even of 2021, I went to a casino and I brought a little bit too much money the first time, and so I put a little bit of pressure on me. I lost it all, and I ended up going back to the casino with my next paycheck, and yeah, I lost all that, and then I went back again, and I lost all that, and so I did this like snowball effect for about 3 months, maybe even four, and I'll tell you what, I did not win at all, and so yeah, I ended up getting very far behind on my bills, put a lot of stress on myself, didn't know what to do. I knew I was going to lose my car because I knew I wasn't going to be able to make up those payments. And I'm also the type of person not to ask for help. Like, that's just kind of my nature. And, I'm not going to ask for financial help considering, my family's not that really well off. And I don't want to put a burden on anybody else for a burden that I created. And so I was kind of lost. I didn't know what to do. I knew I was going to lose my car, and I was getting way behind on my bills. And so I put a 2 weeks notice at my job, and uh, yeah, because I was like just kind of giving up at that point. I was just like, I don't know what to do, man. And then thankfully, like 3 days before my last day at my job, uh, Marines recruiter messaged me asking me if I wanted to join the Marines. You know, big brain here. I was just like, I'm gonna go join the Marines. I'm gonna go live on base. I'm gonna get that free housing, free food. Uh, I'll go collect my money. Earn my money. And I'll pay off my debts that way within like 2 years time or whatever. And yeah, so I ended up leaving for the Marines in March of 2022, and then I didn't make it far. I got sent back home in April of 2022, and so I was home again. And now I'm back home. Don't have a car. Don't have a job. I got like a couple $100 in my bank account, and so I started applying for jobs, and thankfully I landed one as a supervisor but this job was 12 miles away, and I asked my family member if I could use their car while I go to work. They told me no, but I did have a bike, so I took my bike and I rode my bike 12 miles one way, 12 miles back. When I was done with my job. At a minimum, I was getting 24 miles in a day. That's depending on if I didn't go do a little bit of extra stuff. But that was 24 miles a day, 5 days a week, and I would pick up occasionally as well. So, I'm at least getting 225 miles in a week on a bike, just insane, kind of. And so I did that from beginning of May of 2022 all the way up until October of 2022. So I rode my bike 25 miles a day, 5 times a week for 6 months, and I was able to save up, I think, like $7,000. And then October rolled around, and I knew I was needing an apartment, so I got my apartment that I'm in now, and I moved in October 1st. And so that took a big chunk of my money out, but I've also never lived on my own prior to where I'm at now. And I didn't have any of the basic stuff like kitchenware, utensils, a couch, a TV. I didn't have like anything that I would have needed when I first moved in here to like fill the apartment out. So I started buying stuff that started taking away my money, and I think I had about $2,500 left. And then in middle of November, I found a car on Facebook Marketplace for I think $1,800, and I talked the lady down to $1,700, and then I bought that car because I was sick of riding my bike, walking, and so bought that car, and I get it back home. 3 days later, it dies, and I'm like, what the hell? Went to O'Reilly's, bought a new battery, put it in. It started right back up. That lasted 3 days, died again. And then I'm like, okay, maybe I got a bad battery. Went and got a battery underneath warranty. Put it back in, started right up, lasted for a couple days. And I think I replaced that battery 4 or 5 times underneath warranty before I gave up. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I thought it was my alternator. But during one of those times where I went and exchanged the batteries, drove my car over to O'Reilly's, they tested my alternator, told me my alternator's good. And I'm like, all right, I don't know what the issue here is then. I thought I just had like a voltage leak from like a shorted out wire. And I'm like, this sucks because I don't know where to start for there. So I just left my car sitting there from like end of November, and I just went with my original game plan, which was to walk to work, which was about 3 miles from my apartment where I'm at now. And winter's coming up, so I wasn't gonna ride my bike, so I walked to work from end of November all the way up until about middle of March, when I decided to retry my car. And went and put a new battery in underneath warranty again, and it started right up. And for some reason, that car didn't give me any issues for a long time, like a year and a half. And I'm like, all right, let's go. But how I fixed my credit is there was a day in February, I believe, of 2023. My buddy came over, and I was talking to him, and I was like, hey, I'm making do. I'm getting by. I'm paying all my bills. Everything that I need to do to keep myself energized, food wise, keep a roof over my head, but I think I had $200 extra a month to either try and save or either, you know, do something with a friend, and so it was really hard to either try and save it, or if you wanted to go, you know, like basically just like make yourself feel good, celebrate. And so you know, my buddy was like, hey, why don't you go apply for this job, you know, that he was at. And I was like, all right, I'll apply for it. Thank God he suggested that to me, because that's the job that I'm currently at now, and I'm currently driving semi, and it's a day job, so I'm back home every day, which is nice. It's not over the road. And yeah, with this job that I currently have now, I've been able to pay off all my debts. I didn't pay them out full, but we negotiated a price, and so they did a cancellation of partial debt, but it's no longer held against me, which is really nice. So that bounced my credit back up. And yeah, so now I'm on the journey of just kind of building my wealth up, funding my Roth IRA, funding my 401k through work, and trying to save up as much money as possible for potentially a down payment on a house within 5 years' time is when I think I'll be able to do it. And yeah, so I wanted to go into like a chart to show you guys like where it all kind of like started, my progression of like paying off my debts. And yeah, I'll show you that right now. So here is my like chart. I'll go to a year. So back in February 23rd, a year ago, my credit score was sitting at a 578, and what we're sitting at now today is a 665, and my Equifax is at a 662. My Equifax is actually even worse, 567. So my credit is still not the best, but it's better than what it was. And yeah, I'm not sure what to do here, how to build it more, because I'm afraid to go into debt. I don't really feel like I need to build it more, because with the credit score I have now, I'll be able to get approved for a house loan eventually, and it's probably gonna be high interest rate, but that's the only thing that I think I'd really want in my near future, to put myself into debt. And yeah, I hope this story kind of like inspires somebody, or if they needed to hear like a similar story of maybe what they're going through, maybe they can relate. Just know that things do get better. You got to put in the hard work to get there, to make it better, because personally I believe there's nobody's gonna come save you. You have to earn it yourself. And in my case, I got lucky, and there was a moment in time where I thought I was gonna go homeless, because to land this apartment, I got lucky again with my friend. He told the landlord that I was good to go. He recommended me to the landlord as I applied. Thankfully, they approved me. But I remember applying for 5 different apartments, and they all turned me down because I had a court judgment for my car loan, and that was scary, because I'm like, I got $7,000 saved up, but I need a place to live, and nobody's approving me. And yeah, it was a whole stressful, long 2 years of my life. And thank God I have the job I have now. It supplies everything that I need. It's hard work, but um, yeah. I hope everybody watching this, can relate somehow. I hope that you can't relate, actually. But if you can relate, I hope it somehow inspires you and you can, you know, look forward to the future. Just know that the job you have now, if it's a low paying job, there are other better jobs out there. You just might have to work a little harder than you used to get yourself out of that hole. So, yeah, I hope everybody is having a great day. I know I'm having a great day, and I hope this story inspires somebody out there in the world. So, yeah, have a good one. Thank you for watching.